On right now. I'll have standings to you very shortly. Over. All right, this is us. That's right. We're the Secret Service of Fortnite. It's Reese. It's Vivid. It's Zeke. That's right. I'm all over the place. Guys, I mean, they called it out, right? Being able to have Bugha show up with that incredible win. And this is off the back of them not having Bizzle, right? They had played as a duo for that last tail end of the game and still pulled off the Victory Royale.
Yeah, these guys performed big victory round, but they've been kind of inconsistent all day. So why don't we actually have a look at kind of some of the things that they're doing when they perform very well?
Yeah, so as we saw last game, they actually ended up getting third. And something that I really wanted to point out here is that the position that they were in this last game, not the one that we just saw, but the one before that. So they're on the north side of the zone right here. And as you see, this is right when the moving zone is about to pop. Now pay attention to where this moving zone goes. It goes right to the north. Now, as I saw, this is the most congested side of that zone, right? So instinctively, you as a trio may want to like immediately start and build towards, where that moving zone went. However, if we look at them, they actually ended up staying behind. They ended up staying in this position and did not move a single bit here. And there's a decision that you can make. You can either stay or you can move. And they ended up staying. And what this allows them to do is allows them to allow every other trio that was, congested around them to basically build for them. And as we saw in the end of that clip right there, Bugha is breaking into the back of the tarp. And what that allows them to do is break into the back of that tarp, use that tarp for cover instead of using their own materials. So it allows them to play for a much later part of the game and secure that third place spot that we saw.
Yeah, and we saw in previous other games, we saw them kind of go for that hype play when it wasn't really required. And this time, this is exactly what they've done when they didn't do that, right? Rather than going for the hype play, they went for a play where they kept them on that mid-ground layer, using those old builds and stayed through. And the game we've just watched was massive from them as well, picking up the big victory royale, which has moved them up to 5th. But the crown slot so far goes to Commandment, Scented, and Edgy. 246 points. Got 10 eliminations. That was a 45-point total. That has thrown them up into the first place slot. And Slacks, Acorn, and Jack have also managed to overtake Daymere and Reverse here. We saw, we saw Daymere and Reverse. We clipped over them in that fourth zone or third zone at that point, and it wasn't looking good for them. We saw Reverse 5 HP, Miro with no AR ammo at all, and wow, obviously they're early and mid game. Before that, it was a little bit of shambles. The plan didn't work out so much, and this day, they've kind of slowed down a little bit coming into the second day from their absolutely dominant start in day one. So there's still 3 games left, plenty of games left. They can definitely kind of catch up and try and get back into that first place slot again.
Yeah, 3 games left for the Trios on the second page here. Bucky, Kanata, and Macwood at around 180 points here. They still have a lot of potential. They still have a lot of time, get some good games and hopefully get a victory out, because they actually don't have any yet. And another trio that we saw in the highlight there, Zayt, Sap, and Stretch, they had height for the 3rd time to just today alone. And they been so hot after yesterday, but they are making a statement here today saying that, hey, we can come back and we will make a run for at least top 5.
Firstly, if one team's going to do it, it's going to be Zayt, Sap, and Stretch. Well, let's be real. They've managed to claim that height in 5th zone 3 games in a row. But this time they did it extremely comfortably. They had 6 eliminations coming into 5th zone, which is very uncharacteristic of this team. These guys are the guys who get not a huge amount of eliminations overall throughout the entire game, but particularly not in the early and mid game. And coming into today, after yesterday's first 6 games, they were in 24th. So a really rough start for them. However, right now, their early and mid game is absolutely on point, continually getting them hype for moving, and we saw unfortunately them get chopped down by Bugha, which was actually the game-winning play. That was the play that ended up managing to get Bugha's team height. But still, at this time, both teams playing an absolutely phenomenal games today.
Yeah, and what teams need to pay attention for in these last 3 games here is that teams may get a little anxious to get more points. And what is very favorable for points is elims right now. So we might see a lot more aggression come out at the end of today. So this may result in some of these top placement heavy teams like Scented, Commandment, and Edgy getting into these sticky situations where they're forced into fights that they don't necessarily want to take. So they need to be prepared for something like that.
I mean, that's what I want to hear. That's music to my ears, because I want to see the crazy plays come out, because now's the time to do it. Fortnite fam, as the action heats up, we gotta cool on down. We're going to a break. When we return, the final games here from the NA East FNCS. We'll see you guys in just a bit.
Welcome to the Reboot Rundown. If you missed it, there was a special reboot round which included all the best teams that couldn't make it past the semifinals. Everyone had one more chance. Only the team with the victory royale in the single match could make it to the finals of this FNCS. With these types of stakes, we saw the craziest action and display of dominance throughout every region. Today, we're going to show you just 3 of those stories from Europe, North America East, and North America West.
For EU, it was Flecken, Aloft, Diablo, and Bayon who clinched the victory royale with a thrilling heal-off that went down to the final second. Flecken gets chosen to try and heal off and win the game as a solo. With no mats, he's forced to go into the heal-off 29 seconds before the zone closes. The medkits can't be used here because he's already in zone and the other team has a huge advantage on time. So he needs to do something and make a play to win the game. Dropping to low ground, he finds the most crucial elimination, netting him 50 extra HP from Siphon, 2 floppers and cabbages. Enough to make up the time difference and win him the reboot round. You could feel the hype in this final moment.
An opportunity here, right here. Flecken has the win condition for the heal off there, but can a trio there? Okay, he found the Elim, gets a little bit more Siphon. Now he's in it. He's all the way committed. Gray is going to go for the med kit. He does have an opportunity to walk away. A top 3 situation here, Shio.
He's trying for it. Everyone now in helo mode. Gray's all the way up top looking for it. Flecken gets a big Siphon as well. MXR is trying to delay anything, but it's head to head. Flecken versus Gray. He's got cabbages and floppers. Gray will have to drop down and find this elimination. Flecken with the flops. Pops one over. That's his last. Gray, 2 seconds. 1. It's over. And it's Flecken with positioning, aggression, and heals to win the European reboot rounds. Now in NA East, people were playing for heal-offs too, but there was one team with a very different goal in mind and a mission to continue their legacy in this FNCS finals. They weren't going to lose. NRG Zate, Train H Saf, and Liquid Stretch. Names synonymous with greatness and a history of success, no matter what team they were on. These guys chose to attack the POI with the most explosive potential, Hydro 16. Endgame gave us the pleasure of watching the classic split this trio does so well, making sure no one could touch them on height with constant pressure from all angles. In EU, height changed hands 7 times, but in NA East, no one dared to challenge the Kings at their throne. With no bounce back zones, everyone on low ground ran out of mats way quicker. The likelihood of a heal off looked so low, and they didn't even have to touch the reserve of heals they had at all. They made their performance look absolutely flawless. This was one of the most legendary comebacks of one of the greatest teams to touch competitive Fortnite.
Dubs is in shambles. Mega's back in Storm. He finds more meds though. Ooh. He gets more splashes. He gets more floppers. Is this enough? He can pull off the double med kit. They RPGs them. They take down Dubs, but they don't take down Mega. He's deep in Storm. Stretch is setting up. He's looking. He's got the meds, but he's also got the eyes in the sky. Who has more meds? Stretch or Mega? Mega went out deep. He went in early. He's pushing back in. He knows he doesn't have it. He can't get the med kit off. That's it. As long as Stretch heals this, Zate, Saf, and Stretch will be going through to the grand final. Wow. Stretch holds on to his history.
NA West, a region where you can expect the unexpected. Coming into this reboot round, it was a pure wildcard match. Each team had an equal chance of clinching that victory royale and qualifying for the finals. The way Jeffers, Union, and Dardis clutched up had the heal-off meta involved with a little bit of spice. Dropping Holly Hedges, there was a ton of heals to be found. 6 chug splashes along with more from a loot llama, with some additional seasoning of 6 peppers to speed up their luck and position on the map. In the final duel in NA West, it was time for an upset. It looked like solo FNCS champion Vert and his trio, who was slated to come back and win the reboot round, had it all in the bag. Jeffers' trio had other plans. They made a crucial play in disrupting the heal-off, and the rest is history.
Chug Splash is there. Does he have enough to put pressure from high ground, though? He's got to keep Chug Splashing, got to keep throwing, got to keep going for it. No! There's a player on the other side. Is he going to go down? He got knocked!
It's Vert. Vert's in the zone. It's Vert versus Jeffers. Vert has to find Jeffers up on the high ground, but Jeffers has the peppers. He's popping a pepper. Chug Splash is going through. The medkit won't matter. Vert has to go find him, and Jeffers says, "Toodaloo, I will see you in the finals. You'll be watching. I'll be playing, baby."
How far will these teams go? Will the addition of aggressive fighters, historic legends, or a team that gets one more chance at fame change the story of the FNCS Finals? We've made it past the reboot. Now it's time to play out the rest of the game. Keep your seatbelts on, Fortnite fam. We'll see you at the finals. Beep, beep.
What's going on, Fortnite fam? Welcome back to the FNCS. It's Zeke, it's Reese, and of course, it's Vivid. Now, I must let you guys know, on the way over here, I was eliminated, but it's okay. Vivid, he got the reboot on me, so I'm back. No problem. We're good. Ready to get back into the action. We only have 3 games left before we crown the FNCS Trios champion from Chapter 2, Season 5. So grab your spots on the battle bus, because we are about to go into game number 4. This is it, Fortnite fam. Let's send it over to our casters. We've got Aussie Antics, we've got Monster D-Face, we've got our game. Over to you.
Zeke, if Vivid isn't there to pick you up, Aussie will be, because, you know, one of them two are going to be going head-to-head here soon. But let's get back into the action. We're here for Game 10. We had an explosive finish from Clix, Bugga, and Bizzle, Aussie. And after that short break, I mean, we got to catch back up. Let's get back into these.
We got to catch back up because we've just seen how quickly this leaderboard can shake up. Yes, we now see Commandment Sense and Edgy having a lead over the rest of the lobby. It's not as severe as what it was before. We're looking at about 21 points on second, but they're now 30 points on third, which is Day, Miro, and Reverse. So again, we're just showing how quick this narrative can change. If one of these teams goes down early before any of the placement points, like Reverse 2K's team did, instantly it shifts because, man, Commandment Sense and Edgy right now, the consistency today is unreal. 14 eliminations second place, 5 eliminations 7th place, and a 10 eliminations second place sees them up in first place. But can they hold it? And they do get a decent South first zone.
Yeah, not only that, just to keep true to the story for Commandment, Face Center, and NRG's Edgy is the fact that they are doing it from that low ground. And the one victory they picked up was from a phenomenal clutch off of the hands and back of Commandment's charge shotgun. Like, his charge shotgun gameplay is crazy. Yes, he's just a running highlight reel. We're going to hop in with Zypha, Nut, and Twexido, having a rough day today here so far. Only accruing up 4 points after the first 3 games. This is a fight that means a lot for this trio. We were talking about how they had such a great start yesterday, and now today just a rough day 2 here. They're going up against COD, Genesis here, Voyu, and Pandusto.
Yeah, they're going up against a team that knows how to fight this area as well, especially COD Genesis. Normally down in catty corners, not so much up on the weather station, but a team that has been putting up good fights. But right now they got Nut, Twexy, and Zypha on their tail. That is a very scary team with that big upgrade attack on Zypha as well. It's going to be very scary for this team as they work their way down, investing a lot of material. And Vivid talked about this as well before we threw it to break. Teams are going to start getting anxious to get their points up there. They're going to start taking more aggressive fights, and you need to be able to back yourself. That's where you're looking at teams like Damir and Reverse to hopefully hold on to this, because they've been winning their mid-game fights, and they're going to need to, because any of those teams at anywhere in the top 5 on the leaderboard, they could have their entire tournament ruined by just another team trying to jump up and overtake them.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to have squads come up, overtake your hard-earned fights, but, you know, it's off the backs of how good you can play. You know, put the blame on other than yourself and your gameplay. Stretch is going to find Predator in the feed there, which means the Hydro Dam contestation is still going on. And you know what? Big shout out to Zate and Stretch, who managed to pick themselves up to 9th place. I know we've been gassing up how Clix and Bugga and Bizzle have rocketed their way up to the top, but it goes without saying that so are other trios here. They're still putting up big fights. There's still so much on the line. This day 2 means a lot, and it means a lot for this trio as well, as Nut and Twexy do end up wrapping things up here. So the console FNCS champion still in the playbook here.
Yeah, it's changing up right now. We saw it yesterday. We saw Nut rocking the champion pickaxe there, and I don't know, maybe you're going to have to hand it up here. It's going to be almost impossible to get it. You only have it for that one season while you're the champions. I'd love to see Reverse 2K, Day, Miro pull it out at some point here, just for a little bit of a, maybe if they had the victory lap moment, but things have slipped out of their grasp right now. They need to play from behind. They need to pop off and get back into this one. But you can't even, it's not even just this FNCS and this weekend where these teams have been so consistent as well. Right now, 3 of our our teams that are in the top 3 all came top 5 last FNCS Monster. Let that sink in right now. We are really watching the best of the best, not just today, not just yesterday, but across seasons clash, and whoever comes out on top is going to be unarguably the best and most consistent team in NA East.
These are the best trios, yeah, definitely over the last year or so. And still here putting up those big numbers. And like I said, I keep bringing up these FNCS Invitationals from the solos track that we had because it's the same names that were there that have found themselves just great trios or have just, you know, had the time to prove to everyone else that they can do it as individuals. So we're looking at individual star players with the firepower, with everything they need to bring it all together. And we're also seeing how they perform as a team. And we're talking about what the differences between solos and team-based game modes. There's a lot less randomness, right? When we get to these trio-based game modes, you have so much more maps, eyes on the field, right? Skill coming together. That's what raises the entire tide.
It does, and that's why you're seeing teams like Commandment Sense and Edgy, where their worst placement was a 28th place. They also came 30th place as well in their second game yesterday, so only 2 times they've gone down really early. One was at the hands of an incredibly aggressive Zate team. The second game was also at the hands of being contested when they're not used to it. But other than that, across all their other games here this weekend, they have been insanely consistent, and that's why you're regularly seeing them make the end game, and that's why I put so much pressure on them last game to jump up and have that huge performance, because it's not often that you see one of the teams in the top 3, or in last game's case, the team in first, go down before any placement. If that happens again to either Slacksjack, Acorn, Daymira Reverse, or Commandment Centered Edgy, that is their moment to cement themselves, as Centered's team has done here. But Jack, Slacks, and Acorn, this team is so consistent. If you haven't been following them, not just in trios, but across game modes, I actually got the chance to do an interview with Jack, and I have to say, he is one of the most underrated players in the world with his performance across game modes. As you can see, a quick stat fly in perfectly. Since Chapter 2, Season 2, Acorn and Jack have the highest win rate of any team going into 7th zone together. So that includes duos, because this team was playing as a duo. But Jack has been popping off since solos 2 years ago as well. I talked about it recently, a couple weeks ago, I believe it was last week. This team, or specifically Acorn with a few other players, played in the EU Trio Cash Cup, came 6th, played in the NA East Cash Cup with this team, came 1st, then played in the NA West Cash Cup and came 6th again. Come on, that is 9 hours of back-to-back on the 3 biggest regions and placed in money on all of them.
Yeah, that's insane. There's not a lot of teams that can do that. There's not individual players that even have the mental fortitude or just the love of the grind of being a pro to actually go through that kind of, you know, again, training, right? It really is training for these players, and the players that prepare the best, they show it off here. They show it off, whether it be their strategy and their game plans, whether it be their preparation, or of course just their pure raw skill and how they're able to pop off and bring it all together, really string together these phenomenal performances. On the distance though, those shots coming in are big trios here. All of our favorite trios, all of our top 5 teams are huddled up here, nested on this northern part of the zone right now. So it's going to be scary.
It is going to be very scary, and there's always teams that can play upset right now. You talked about, we have 2 teams making their way up the leaderboard right now. Zate, Saffron Stretch, Klicksburger, Bizzle. They can upset this storyline a lot. They've both proven they have the ability to get victory royales. They both have almost, well, we have Klicksburger, Bizzle have 2 victory royales, managing to take that one out, snatch it from underneath Zate's team's nose right at the very end by chopping them out. They also have a victory royale as well. So there's a lot of teams right now who are even outside that top 5 who will change this narrative, as Klicksburger and Bizzle really have a chance to jump up. And we talked about it, Monster. We're looking at first place, right? We're looking at the Champions Pickaxe, but with the addition of having FNCS, the next 3 FNCSs this year going to be trios, any team that places top 3 in this finals weekend is instantly invited to the next finals. That takes so much pressure off, and that is very, very much potential for Klicksburger Bizzle here, bringing it back on day 2.
And look at the feed just lighting up here. Bugha and Clicks are going to find some. Stretch is going to find some. All kinds of eliminations going down. Tahi
What do you want?
Sprite still in this, finding their own set of eliminations.
Unknown.
Well. Let's talk about this Tarp and Mira.
It says you're streaming.
Down here.
I am.
Taken the entire lowest
Why are you in a
layer
fake
and just built something
FNCS?
strong down here.
What do you mean
And
fake
this is something
FNCS?
4 and 5, but also
Your stream says FNCS.
Yeah, I know.
Are you
It's not
actually
fake.
in
I'm
one?
watching it.
well in ahead of the zones here, and I don't think people
Bro, I
realize
thought you were in
things that
one.
can
No.
actually, prepare a surprise ambush when when Surge starts to go off, right? You don't want
Not
to play
that
the
well.
card so early.
What are
and
you
have a team
watching it on?
approaching them. So
Battle
set
Royale.
up early right here.
I mean,
they're
Party
already
Royale.
themselves over the curb.
Oh, can I go in it and stream?
Yeah.
It doesn't do too much
you
damage,
can.
but this is a brutal zone. I talked about how we
But
saw
it's
this for the
neutralized
first
sword.
game last night of OC, FNCS.
How bug? I can't find
I'm already up. I'm already up.
Okay, good. Okay, let's play on Party Royale, okay?
Look how much higher up teams like Game
Okay, it's on Party Royale, ready up.
If they get zoned over here or in reverse, it goes across. It is so rough to make these rotates. Not to mention if you then get to those rotating zones, that zone 6, 7, 8. If they go up, down, and across mountains, it really does put you through.
It's on Party Royale. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Best of the best with a little bit of luck as well. You want to set up on the right mountain here. If you set up on the wrong one,
Wait, but where are you watching it from?
Just follow me.
Okay, I'm following you right now.
It's literally right here. It's gonna start hearing it.
Oh, yep, I see it. Should I just live stream it right now?
Yep.
disastrous for our first place team right now, but don't worry, Commandment Edgy is still there. Edgy's so incredibly low. Commandment building out, trying to fight this one back. They get the finish. Centered still up. Can they pick him up here? Because this is about to be so bad for our first place team. It looks like they're duking it out with Mars on 33 points, and it is below the surge, which explains why they played that so aggressively. Do they pick up Centered? This is crazy.
Oh, no, yes, they do. They find Mars just in time, and Edgy does manage to save his teammate, and now Commandment is down, though. He's going down the river. I think he's just sliding his way down. He might be in the river here.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get him on. Center's going for it right now.
Wow.
What is happening? This is our first place team. We have players going downstream. We have Edgy trying to fight his way in the back of the top against another team. He's only got about 40 health, man. The courage of this team. Edgy goes down. He's getting pushed down into zone. Monster, we love Fortnite so much, but what is happening right now? They found themselves on the low ground. They love to play down here, but not in these circumstances. They are weakened. They are wounded, but can they hold on? The minis and the bigs are getting dropped. They're still in it with a chance, but that was so close to seeing first place go down early yet again.
That was a nail biter indeed, but they managed to bounce back. They managed to stay in the game. Commandment's got all the heals that he needs here. He's got the med kit. They have the big pop. They just have to get to the zone, buy themselves a couple of moments, and literally heal out and then take the next fight. It's costed them so much builds, though. Look at this. They just don't have the freedom just yet.
I mean, I can breathe now again. Like, this is my prediction as well. Me and Vivid have kind of put a little bit more spice on it right now, challenging each other here. But these are players that have played so consistently, and you want to see them continue to dominate as well.
They're alive.
Jack and Acorn, they're close. I have no idea how they survive that. They are now inside placement points. Any points they get now will try and push that lead that they have over every other team in the lobby. I haven't seen Slacks, Jack, and Acorn be too loud here in the feed. I haven't seen Daymir or Reverse either. So right now, we have eyes on our first place team, and they get first rotating zone. But look at the builds. I see Edgy with 31 builds total, and this is going up and across that hill. It's not the biggest mountain in this area, but it definitely is elevation that they're going to have to overcome.
Yeah, for sure, and that means they're going to have to jump down to the low ground, look for a fight, and then take the mats, and hopefully replenish their way on up to the top, which gives them a very, very small window to actually do that. The execution here is going to be a close one as we look to the high ground. Clix, Bizzle, and Bugha managed to maintain and hold it again. When you saw the fly-through stat before, they're effectively averaging as many points as a victory royale coming into these rounds here. One of the biggest stride comebacks that we have seen any trio do. And way to do it here. Way to do it now. FNCS Day 2 Finals when you need to put up these numbers, but there's still these 3 big games to go in front of them. It's 12 games of Fortnite and the weekends today, and right now it's only on round number 10, so they've done great so far, Ozzy, but it's not completely over yet.
It's not just on them as well. Currently in this game, of the 17 teams alive, now 16, 14 of them are in the top 17. This is insane. All the teams, this is one of the most stacked games you are ever going to see in an FNCS Finals. Not just NAEast, but in the world as Clix is going up right now. You talked about it. A victory hour worth of points on average from their most previous games. They need to continue that going, and they're in the position to do so. They're on the high ground. They have the loadout. They have maybe enough materials, but everyone is scrambling here. All these players are going to be running shambles as Commandment is down to 12 builds on the front side, and this zone is being relentless. It is going higher and higher. It is stretching out teams further and further. Who is going to come out on top as Commandment takes over the tarps? And look at this. This man can tarp like this. He makes decisions like this on elevation changes, and we've seen how lethal his shotgun aim can be. This is why they're in first, but this is going to be one of their most challenging games, as just look at this zone. It is thinning out. I see Daymir and Averse still in it. Commandment sends it. Edgy still in it. I see DGen, Akonjak, Slacks, Bugha, Clix, Bizzle. This is so stacked, Monster.
Everyone here is fighting for more prize, top 3s, and of course that Axe of Champions. Every single battle now holds so much significance to the weight into this tournament here, and they have to continue to pop off. And Scented trying to figure something out. He's changing layers. He's literally stuck down here though. And remember, Commandment had the most of the build, so they need to pick this up. He gets edited down. He has to figure it out, and he does. He manages to stay alive, but at what cost? As now he has lost so much HP, he can barely actually work their way through this, and it's all enemy builds too. It's so close, but he's still holding on.
Zone goes across a little bit right now. They have 8 eliminations. No, they get in, but can Commandment clutch up at least a top 3? A top 3 here would be massive. I saw you tweeted out, Monster. You said, Commandment, you are insane, and he is making this so easy for us because he is such a phenomenally exciting player. I don't know if he can go for the victory here. He is a solo with so many trios on top, but Kengi top 3. He needs to out-survive. One more team. He comes around the corner.
So
he gets Teo. He takes down Teo, but he falls in 4th place. So close to that big 6-point jump. We have 3 teams, 8 players. Slacks, Jack, Acorn right now. Our 2nd place team going head to head with Clix, Bugha, Bizzle on the high ground. Our 5th place team and Chimp and Tavne, our underrated demons in this one, Monster. Anyone can take it, and it means everything for all of the teams here.
Yeah, definitely, and we're just looking at the victory lap upon victory lap here for Clix, Bugha, and Bizzle. Are we going to watch a back-to-back victory royale here now set in place once again on the FNCS stage here? And this is a first for Clix, Bugha, and Bizzle, going back-to-back on the biggest stages and showing that they are here to come back and continue the stride because they're picking up all the points.
Hey, yo, don't be coming here talking, bro. We watching the FNCS.
We see a team come not out of nowhere. They've been kind of, you know, around that top.
Just mute him if he starts talking.
Bro, just mute your mic. Don't be talking because we're watching the FNCS.
Went down early again. The back-to-back championship run is looking like it's almost over. They're going to need a huge performance. Commandment held on, but he fell just short. But honestly, right now, this is the story of Clix, Bugha, and Bizzle with a legendary comeback.
It's a comeback story. It is definitely a comeback story. And those points, as you start to rack in those victory royales, will make the difference. Don't forget, as they do that, they have the +5, +6. They keep breaking those thresholds. They're going to keep racking in and reeling in everything they're going to need. And you know what? We've said enough. We're going to toss it over to Des. Give me what you got, guys.
Hey, baby, don't call it a comeback. Bugha's been here for years, okay? All right, listen. This game was pretty fun for me specifically, because I'm hanging out with Reese and Vivid in the bag, and every time things seem to go wrong, these trios say, no. Check this out. We're talking a revive. We're talking about Scented pushing the bounds. We're talking about Clix, Bugha just showing up, getting the back-to-back, this time with 8 eliminations in case you missed the last game. They got a victory royale as well with 7. Boys, these guys, They're coming back strong.
Yeah, and we're going to actually be looking at a couple clips here from teams and what they need to do to give themselves the best chance possible. Now, Macwood, Bucky, and Kanata have been hovering around the top 10 slot today and from yesterday as well. So, like, what do they need to do to edge themselves over that little threshold there? And honestly, watching the Elam fade and watching these guys play today, it seems like always when the first or second moving zone pops, they get into a little bit of a fight, and one of them always seems to go down. Now, what's good about it, though, is that they follow it up. Whoever, the last two people alive always followed up with a couple Elams on that team that took out one of their players. But after that, they're just a duo. You know, I swear it's happened so many times today. So if they can find their rhythm, you know, start making plays as a whole trio, they will fly up the leaderboard in these last two games.
Yeah, we've talked about that, like how players are needing to stick together, their placement over and over again. And you know what? A team that's been doing that very, very well is Bugha, Clix, and Bizzle. You know, these guys have just been performing over and over again here. Like, these times today are absolutely on fire. And we know the whole point of this is we want to talk about the teams and what do they need to do if they need to get into that top 3 slot. But to be honest, Clix, Bugha, and Bizzle have already made those adjustments, right? They are already performing over and over again. They just need to be consistent in what they're doing.
Yeah, they have definitely turned around. Their first 4 games on day 1, they did not place better than 12th place, and now they're picking up back-to-back victory royales towards the end of day 2 here. They have definitely found their rhythm. They are making plays. They are taking people off fight, and they are just dominating from the high ground.
Absolutely. Huge plays from these guys. You know, we've seen them over and over, a little bit less consistently than other teams, right? We've seen them have big pop-off games here and there. You know, we've not seen them have the same consistency as we've seen Clix's teams today. And some kind of guys like, let's be real, Set and Comanche and Edwin. Those guys have just been going crazy today. So hopefully all these teams are going to need to continue what they're doing, but get those big games. There's only 2 left.
Now that the trio's like firing on all cylinders, right? They've had these 2 games back to back. You know, Vivid, I gotta ask myself, like, could they do this? If they could just keep doing this, right? If they can find that space where they could just be in the exact same position, they could potentially continue this streak. But, you know, Vivid, I mean, right now it's Commandment, Scented, and Edgy. How you feeling about this right now?
You know, Commandment, Scented, and Edgy need to have a bad game to give anybody else a shot here. You know, I was talking about that game. I was like, for this to be close, they need to have a bad game. And then I saw, like, one of them get knocked, and then I was like, oh, like, no, this is the bad game. We're having, like... And then they get the res off. They have, like, no mats. And then, you know, they pan off them for, like, 3 minutes, and then we come back to them, and they have, like, 100 build Gs or something like that. I'm just like, okay? Like, I'm not sure where that came from. Like, that was, like, the most shambles game ever, and they turned it into an absolutely, like, beautiful point game there, and they are maintaining their first place slot on the leaderboard. But Clix, Bugha, and Bizzle are going to be soaring up to the 4th place slot here, trailing by 50 points. I tell you what, they win these last 2 games. They do the back-to-back-to-back-to-back. They might have a chance.
I mean, based on their performance today, it's possible, but let's be real. At the same time, like, Commandment's team is just being so consistent, even in the worst situations. Like you said, you know, we came back to them, they had nothing. They were just empty. They had nothing left at this point. A couple builds, they had some heals. They had a really bad zone in terms of just, like, sheer elevation for them as well, because remember, this was this really awkward hilly zone, which was kind of going along the water at the same time, and, you know, for a low ground team, they definitely benefit a lot more on those flat zones on the ground, and somehow, you know, the camera panned away, it came back, they had a wiped entire trio, and they were just completely chilling. So it seems like whatever situation you put Commandment, Scented, and Edgy in, they're still just gaining points regardless. They are just that consistent. So, you know, if we want to see Clix, Bugha, and Bizzle take the first slot in particular, this team's going to need a bad game, and it seems to be impossible at this point.
Yeah, Commandment, Scented, and Edgy are locked, and they deserve it. They put in a lot of time into this game. But a trio, you know, we've talked a little bit about it. Bucky, Kanata, and Macwood. Let's not leave them out of the conversation just yet.
Oh yeah,
they are in the 5th place slot. They have 205 points. They are trailing by a mere, 73 points behind Aussie's prediction or whatever. But, you know, anything can happen, and my fingers are crossed for them.
Wow. That would be the story, huh? Aussie Antics finally getting predictions right. Just kidding, Aussie. I know you're a legend. But, of course, gentlemen, I'm never going to hear the end of this from Aussie. I'm always on Team Aussie, but now I have to throw him the shade. You know, gentlemen, we still have 2 games left to go here, and anything is possible, right? And all these moments, these pockets of time where we think the trio may be down and out, we realize we cannot count them down and out, right? Because they can change games in a moment. But it's time. Game number 5. We draw closer. Let's get ready, Fortnite fam. Here we go.
Into our second last game of the day. I'll put my reputation on the line of Commandment, Sense, and Edgy. There's no one I trust more to bring this home. They are playing phenomenal. Reese, I want to hear you get a little bit louder, mate. You did side with me as well. You've been a bit quiet here, Monster. I mean, we have a phenomenal tournament on our hands, though. It is so close at the top.
Hey, listen, it's a tough situation for Reese, all right? You know, he's sitting in the enemy's den here. He's got to keep a low profile. Don't worry, Reese will come down off the battle bus after we're done casting these tournaments to scoop you up. We got you covered. But we are jumping into these next games. They set it perfectly for us. There's only 2 more rounds of Fortnite in front of us, and this could be either the best stretch comeback that we've seen from Clix, Bizzle, and Bugha to take a tournament ever, or one of the most dominant performances of perfect Fortnite we'll ever get to witness from Commandment, Sensed, and Edgy. There's so much stories on the line here. Let's also not forget that there is such a real potential here for Day, Miro, Reverse 2K, or Slacks, Acorn, and Jack to just outperform everyone and play exceptional Fortnite now in the last 2 rounds.
We've seen how quickly it can change up when a team turns on the heat right now. We have Clix, Bugha, Bizzle doing it. They had a very, very struggling day 1 at the start, the first 3 games, and we talked about it last game. They are averaging a victory hour worth of points a game in their last 6 games, and that was the stat before they just picked up their 2nd victory hour in a row with 8 eliminations. So they are absolutely on fire right now, but Commandment, Sense, and Edgy are playing so consistent. That 4th place with 9 eliminations right now. They really are playing almost perfect Fortnite. They need to maybe just hold on to it that little bit longer. But as we saw a few games ago, if they go down in 1st place, everyone is so close and they will overtake them.
Yes, sir. And now look at this. Sense and Edgy have never lost an event when in first going into the final game. Let that sink in. Now, what that means, though, is that we still have a round of Fortnite in front of us. Depending on how this game plays out, we might just see the prophecy come true here.
Hey, we've seen big legacies broken here as well. It went all the way back in the qualifying weeks in the Heat. We saw the Calculators team had to win the reboot round for him to continue his legacy of making it to every FNCS finals. Unfortunately, that one had fallen. We've talked about how Zayt is one of the 2 players here today, like Chap, who's placed top 10 in every finals they've appeared in. Zayt's currently in 10th, but Chap is way down there. So today is the day for records to be broken, but stories to be made here, because we are creating legends. We've talked about it. Sensed, Edgy, Commandment, the legends of low ground. But man, what consistency. Never losing event when going into the final game in 1st. That means they handle the pressure, and that's what they're going to need to do here today as well, though. They came 2nd place last finals. Now they want to come out on top, though, and they were pretty close as well, but it ended up being about a 24-point difference last finals going into that last game. So they need to step up and hold on to this one.
Yeah, it's crazy how much of a difference it's been, but also how much of a difference it hasn't been, because it's the same teams showing up, you know, for the last 2 finals, basically giving us, what's the word? Is it not a trilogy, but whatever that next one is? Is it the sequel, right? What comes
Duology?
Next here?
I'm doing the same thing. I mean, we make Fortnite sound fancy. Come on. They are giving us that. I mean, we've got the same name showing up here. I mean, we've got multiple FNCS this season. We could potentially see a trilogy with these teams, with these players showing up. Remember, we've talked about it, Monster. Top 3 on the line right now will be automatically invited to the next finals. And when you look at the top 3 right now on the leaderboard, they are 3 teams that all came top 5 last finals and stayed together. So the big names are sticking together and they're performing consistently. So I am almost guaranteeing that we will turn this into a trilogy. But today we have to focus on part 2.
That's right. That's exactly what we're looking at here. Acorn, Jack, and Slacks, though, that's their draw spot. That's their story. Now, for another team that's up on that big pedestal here, 2nd place, somehow they have let 1st place slip out of their fingertips, and it's been a claw back ever since. And you know what? They're not giving up easily. These last couple rounds, they still have stepped up and put themselves to where they need to be. 88 points on the day here today. Averages them way up, though. This is still a great performance. Don't count them out. They're in 253 overall. Pretty much neck and neck with our Slurpy Swamps team of Slacks, Acorn, and Jock.
It's a phenomenal performance by anyone here today, and that's what you want to see. It is so close coming into these final games of who can just hold on to it and who can handle the pressure here. We've proven that Daymir and Reverse can do it. They went into the last game in first place, and they held on to it last FNCS, so we'll see right now. But Jack, Acorn, and Slacks, they're used to playing catch-up as well. We still saw in the feed that there was big fights breaking down over that RPG at the Hydro Dam. I've talked about it. That is also their win condition. If they can play aggressive, maybe say, hey, we're going into the last couple games in third. Let's not play to hold this. Let's play to win and overtake. Let's play a bit more aggressive, and we're seeing a little bit of that here, Monster. We're seeing a few teams go down early, a few players, but ultimately in this 12-game format, 10 games in with our second last game, everyone is still playing their hearts out here today.
Yeah, for sure. It's still a race here. It's still a marathon, guys. These 2-day formats are grueling. They're mentally taxing. It means so much to not only the pro players, but for the fans involved as well, because you get to root them on for rounds after rounds of Fortnite competition. And listen, we talked about what we've watched and witnessed in these final moments. It's not just, you know, clutch ups from here and there. No, we're looking at full-on 3v3s, full-on collision courses of the best teams in the world, especially in the region, going head-to-head. Like, we're looking at content and footage here that's going to last the test of time here.
We are seeing some of the biggest names in NA East from World Cup days going all the way back, clashing at the very end. We've seen a few attempts at solo clutches like Commandment last game coming in fourth, but as you saw, they didn't break into the top 3. It is so difficult right now to get those last few big placement points because you have those full trios that are up there on the leaderboard, consistently up, consistently playing healthy, and we have a few people playing upset though as well. Klicksburg Bizzle have jumped up massively. There is so much history between all these teams before. They all have such big legacies, and that's what NA East is about, right? We have players who have been at the top for such a long time, trying to hold on with other players trying to jump up and take their positions. Slacks, Jack, Acorn as well. They haven't really had their moment like we saw from Daymir and Reverse to win a finals last season. They need to step up and do a little bit more, because I've been talking about how I think they are some of the most consistent players in the world, but people don't really focus on that consistent third and second. They look at the very top.
Yeah, you got to perform the task at hand, and the task is win, win, win. For Reverse 2K, Miro, Day here, that is what they need to do. And again, one shortcoming, one short game. They fell short just a single time, and now they are trailing behind by 20 points. And that just, again, when you're looking at how consistent these teams are, apples for apples, pound for pound here, it's close. It's close. There's no room for error. We're watching near perfect Fortnite out of 3 trios right now. And then the just, I don't know what to call it, just the Superman stride right from team number 4, which is Klicksburg and Bizzle. Here's a squad that definitely has popped up today as well. Illis, Creo, and Avery, the Victory Royale that they picked up earlier, put them in contention for my pick, which was Degen, Aegis, and Skittles, which they're also playing out of their minds, guys. These guys are all playing great, but for the last 2 rounds, in order for these other people to come back up, I'm really thinking that someone has to land on first place, second or third, or give them some.
Y'all ready? Yo, what's up, J40T?
Yeah, because they are playing out very stacked. In the last few games, you'll tend to see that players really need to put up big eliminations.
I'm going
We're talking about those consistent teams that have been staying together on the top, right? Been playing together for multiple seasons, having huge performances. But if you look at the top 7 right now, there are so many teams that have split and reformed that have a lot to prove against their old teammates. We have Creo obviously playing with Bucky and Kanata for the longest time. Creo's in 7th, Bucky and Kanata in 5th with their new forming of Macwood. I also talked earlier about how Booga split up with Avery right now. Booga's team in 4th place right now, Avery down in 7th. So there are a lot of players who have been playing together for a long time, now on separate teams that are really clashing here, and you know they're going to be hitting the DMs and having conversations after this about who came out on top, because we now have a consistent
Yo, don't be talking about I'm streaming the FNCS.
We're going to have 3 more this year of trios. It is really about focusing on being the best trio you can be. There's no question of whether you're going to play
right here.
Are you going to be able to bring it back in solos? No, you need to continue being the best of the best at trios.
Will you take me? Hey, no.
Wide rotate here. Remember, they're dropping out of Misty Meadows, and they're dropping it over here more towards Dirty Dock. So very deliberate rotate from these guys to bring them onto a less congested side. But do they have their Storm Surge tags?
And so let's just think about this. How much pressure is going to be alleviated from a trio if they qualify into top 3, right? Yeah, of course we want the active champions. Of course that's what you're fighting for. But at the end of the day, you want to be coming back here to the big final stage to compete again. And the way you do that is secure that top 3. That'll punch your ticket. That'll lock in your number for that next FNCS as well. So there's so much more riding on the line outside of the cash, outside of the active champions, outside of the bragging rights of being the #1 team in the world. But it is still a matter of putting up for these last 2 rounds, and now we're watching our first place team right here get a bit contested. Sentence gonna get a beamed. Ooh, that's a shield crack as well. Uh-oh.
And they're going to tend to hit the rotate around this mountain here. You're pretty sure Scented Edge and Commandment, they wanted to go straight through that one. They wanted to white line it to the next zone, but unfortunately, some big shots laid down. They're going to have to go around the outside, and that's where the loot comes into as well. Coming out of Misty Meadows, do they have the chug splashes? So important when you have to heal up the entire team as well. And you talked about the money there as well, Monster. I don't think we've highlighted that enough here right now. The first place team is going to walk away with $50,000 each. Each player is going to get $50,000. Second place, $35,000. So that extra 1 place on the leaderboard gets you $15,000 each. We have the lion's share of over $500,000 going up for Lion here today. And then we have obviously EU this morning giving away over $1 million, Monster. Like, this is truly life-changing amounts of money.
Yeah, and once we jump into that last game, we'll be calling it. You're going to watch tens of thousands of dollar box fights on the line when these guys start going head-to-head. And, you know, there's no other way. Like, how is that not exciting? You put everything else aside. You just look at the cash that's on the line here. That alone is enough to bring jitters and excitement to the pros. Bring nerves, right? And it doesn't matter how good you are. Everyone's going to be nervous in that last game.
It's life-changing as well, but one of the things I love as well on social media, you saw Hen Janice and Chapix flexing the champion's pickaxe, right? They're walking away with hundreds of thousands of dollars, and everything I saw them posting was about pickaxes and the clout and the pride they have in themselves as players, because again, these guys have been putting in so much time money, but I guarantee a lot of them are just doing it for the love of the game, and they want to perform and they want to gain that respect from their peers. Miro Day and Reverse have done it once, but like I talked about, specifically for a player like Reverse 2K, who I think for having won an FNCS still doesn't get the respect they deserve. They really have something to prove, as Scented Commandment Edgy in first place have everything to prove, everything to hold on to right now, and they've built up such a reputation. The low ground kings. They came second last FNCS, coming over from NA West where they performed so well, people doubting whether they could do it on East. They've proven they can come second, but can they prove that they can win on this region?
Yeah, that's all they're literally missing here. And I mean, listen, it doesn't matter what the results are coming out of this. What they have done today will be cemented in the highlights for a long time. Like I said, these are some of the most explosive games we have watched, some of the best performances from the low ground. And again, there's just so much to learn from that. These other teams, honestly, you just look at the skill that they're bringing to the table. I mean, they could teach a thing or two to so many other trios out here, as Boogas connects shot after shot. Okay, keeping that surge nice and comfortable there for themselves.
They needed that surge as well, because even with those 2 big tags from the legendary heavy assault rifle, they're still not that healthy. They're only 90 above here, and they've lost Bizzle. So this is down now to Booga and Clix. We saw them on the high ground win that game as a duo earlier today, so we're going to have to see if they can somehow do it again, because this is not looking fantastic for a team that's now in 4th place and seeing themselves just rising up the leaderboard. The snipes come out, and they just don't connect here. But this is a team that's already done phenomenal things, especially Booga. World Cup solo champion, came top 3 last FNCS, but Clix, NRG Clix, one of the biggest names, if not the biggest names in the scene, needs to prove that he's still got it here today. Played insane. First place in their qualifying week, first place in the heats, but when it comes to finals, Clix is notorious for just falling a little bit short. But right now, they are bringing it back in a big way, but as a duo, it's going to be hard to hold on to.
Yeah, it's going to be so hard to hold on to. So let's go ahead and check this out here. Clix sitting in the bush now, trying to just slide his way on up, make this rotate through, and man, we've seen them have such a huge stride on the comeback, but you brought it to my attention that Bizzle is definitely down and out of this trio, so, you know, I want to know the story there. What is happening? Have we seen the crazy run come to its end? Are they fizzling out here? Or will they figure this out and make it happen as a 2-man team? I mean, they secured the win in the last game just like that, too, so, you know, anything can happen here.
is possible, and they're in the zone right now. I'm just worried about their surge, but we dipped below it. I think this is the first time this weekend, or at least today, because again, even in these 12-game formats, at the end of the day, we talked about it earlier with Jack Acorn Slacks, right? Playing 3 tournaments back-to-back, having the mental fortitude to withstand that. Even 6 games on the biggest stage, it becomes taxing, and I think this is the first time we haven't seen an active Storm Surge on the 70-player zone. So right now, it looks like players are going down a little bit earlier. We've already had 8 teams exit the field here today, so it's a decent spot to be a duo. There's more center zone. There was no active surge on 70, but I have to wonder if it's going to be there for 50, because as a duo, finding your tags is so much harder, but you do have the potential of Clix and Bugha. They have some of the best accuracy in the game, as Jack Acorn Slacks, a team that's so high up on the leaderboard right now, doing such big things that have gone a little bit quiet, not because of poor performances, but today so far, they have managed to get a 4th, a 10th, a 3rd, and a 3rd. So they're just getting inside that top 3, getting that big 6 points, but then it's stopping there. And I think the biggest issue today we've seen from the last few games, Monster, is the eliminations. Only 4 in the second last game we've seen, and then 3 in the last game. That's not a lot for the teams in the top 3. They're really putting up big eliminations.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Elim numbers, and you know what? Coming into this, our second place of Day, Miro, and Versus2K, they had more average Elims before, so they are definitely trailing behind. You can tell that things are becoming tougher and tougher as teams are starting to really hunker down here. And, you know, the Elims are swinging in different ways, right? They're going to teams like Clix, Bugha, and Bizzle who are popping off, and when you have other teams, you know, these anomalies popping up out of nowhere, because that's what it is, right? Just these strides out of nowhere, the points are being divvied out in all kinds of different directions. And let's think about this. Clix, Bugha, and Bizzle, they have 3 victory royales, and they're only in 4th place. So we're just talking about a ridiculous comeback story for this trio here. And, you know, the show is putting on for them. The spotlight is definitely here.
Yeah, we've seen very few teams across the regions be able to put up those 3 victory hours as well. Last night we did see, obviously, you and me commentated the OC Finals Day 2. We saw Sync, Sorif, and Volks put up 3 victory hours and come in 2nd place to a team that only had 1 victory hour, Luda, Muzz, and Speedy. So at the same time, those victory hours are huge, but this format rewards consistency. Clix, Bugha, Bizzle didn't have the good start yesterday at day 1 they needed, and they're trying to come back now, but it might not be enough as we see Kanata, Macwood, and Bucky set up on top of Day, Miro, and Reverse. That's 5th place on 2nd place. All these big teams are still in it right now. All the big teams are up. Last game we talked about it. What was that stat, Monster? 14 of the teams in the 17 that were remaining were on top 17 on the leaderboard. Like, the best of the best are making it to these end games and trying to change things up.
Yeah, absolutely. Those teams right there. And again, if they're up at those standings, that means every fight up there was worth, in its own, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And now we're watching Clix and Bugha being a man down. You can see how it really chips into the surge, but they're making up for lost time here. They're making up for the man down by taking these fights, and this is actually going to cause a lobby focus in. And Clix finds a refresher here. If he can get the finish, he tries to grab the quick snipe shot. He doesn't, but he's going to take the body and throw him back. And no, now they're getting collapsed on by another trio. They're going to have to back off here, possibly give up the loot that they fought for, but it'll be worth it if they live to see another day.
At the same time, they're in a decent part of zone. If they get zoned over here, that is a huge pickup from Clix. When the pressure was on, he steps up and he does what Clix does best. He outbox fights them, he outmaneuvers them, and gets the elimination. That's 2 points, but that is much needed surge. The biggest issue trying to duo crush as a trio is the surge. If they pull off a good rotate or get the zone here, they don't need the materials as much as they needed that Storm Surge, because you're 1 man down. One less pair of eyes and 1 less rifle to get that damage. As Sensei Edgy Commandment still up as a full trio right now. We get the beautiful panning shot of how this...
No.
What?
Oh no. Oh no. How did this happen?
Are you streaming?
The dragon shot, and he wanted the big shot onto that team. They're below. That's Mars's team
the,
right now. This is it. First place has gone down. Censored, Edgy Commandment go down here. 20 teams alive. They are out before placement points. And it is Day, Miro, Reverse, Slacks, Jack, Acorn, Clix, and Bugha's chance to jump up and overtake them. Everything on the line. Can they hold on to their history right now, Monster? We know if they are in first place going into the last game, they have never lost a tournament, but are they going to be in first place? They're down early.
This might be a first. This might be the first we've ever seen, and now it's so realistic. The chances are starting to slip away for them. But you know what? We are setting ourselves up for a big finals now with first place.
What do y'all want?
20-point gap with some of the most consistent placement.
Somebody invited me.
And just gameplay we've seen come out of that first
What do
place
you
team.
want? What do you mean?
Edgy. They are now opening up
I'm
the
asking,
checkbook
what do
for
y'all
everyone
want?
else.
Because
And the
Verse
question
invited
is,
me.
how much are they willing to give away
I didn't
here?
invite you.
And again, it's still
Oh, I was just
up
wanted
to
to see
the
if you
other
wanted to
pros.
play.
It's still up to these other
Oh.
trios to make
I
this
thought
last game
he was
count.
like,
to make
I
this
thought he
game
was
11
saying that.
mean everything for them, because if
he-
they don't get points,
He was
here,
like, "What do
they
you
lose
want
their
from the item
opportunity,
shop?"
and
I
it
was
will
like,
be gone
"What?"
forever.
No.
Hey, I've put my name and reputation online. I've gone toe-to-toe with
You
Vivid here.
literally
I've
said
called it out.
because
I have
somebody
put
invited
everything
me.
on Sent and Edgy Commandment. I'm devastated to see them go down, but as a viewer, as a spectator, someone who loves the storylines, this is so intense. We now have a chance to see them dethroned from their first place going
Oh,
into
if you're
the
trying to
final
stream, I
game.
know
If
you
you're
can
just tuning in,
use
you
it.
don't know why me and Monster are so
Oh,
hyped.
this
This
is-
is
I
the
can't
second
leave, 'cause I'm
last
in
game of
Party
NA East
Royale.
FNCS
I'll play with
Finals
y'all in
this
a minute,
weekend.
though.
Our first place team
Okay.
is down. They got 0 placement points. There is 30 points for a victory hour worth of placement for Daymir in reverse in second place. Slacksjack
Hey,
Acorn
what do
in
you
third,
think
and
is
Clicks and Booger in
better,
fourth.
buying
Any of
the
those teams can
Fortnite
realistically
Cruise so you can
overtake
get
them
the
here if they get that victory hour.
Battle
And
Pass
Booger's
free
team right
for
now is
this
on
upcoming
back-to-back victory hours. This could make it the hat trick as Slacksjack and Acorn, our third place team, set up for high ground. If they can take and hold this, this could be everything we need to see them in first place.
But they get pushed down, they get pushed back, and now they do get that first full moving zone, so they will be able to play into it. And it's already rotating, it's already cutting across. They're going to have to stop here. Hunker down and really figure out what it is that they want to do next. This next play is so important. They can't throw this opportunity to take first. They're going to go ahead and rotate across on high ground. It's a completely new trio, one that we have not seen up top, and they're looking to go ahead and pull something through. It's a Zervo and Dusky. Dom there leading the tarp. Who can overtake them? Who can snatch up height? Or will everyone else come on down and fight for the point that's available in the low ground? Here we are. Clix and Booga still in the game here, still in the fight.
Still pushing through, and they're trying to make massive efforts here. Booga is down here. It's all up to Clicks. All eyes on Clicks. He's used to it. He's one of the biggest names in the scene, and all the pressure is on him to see what he can do. 2 Slurpfish, has the minis, has a decent loadout here. Only 36 builds, though. Zone goes back. Gets a bit of breathing room to try and get more of these placement points. That team on high ground, Azervo's team, is in 20th place right now. They are trying to have their big surge up on the leaderboard, and they are taking points from the teams at the top, though. Jack, Acorn, and Slacks are lurking. They're hanging just below. This is deliberate positioning. If you see a team here, it means they're looking to go for high ground. He's looking up for it. They only have 14 builds on Acorn, though. I don't know if they're going to be able to take it with what they have. If they didn't want this high ground, they would be dropping lower, and that's maybe the call as Acorn hits the bounce to the front side. Mars picks up Shark. Bucky's still in this as well. Aegis goes down, so our teams in the top 10 are here, but it's all about second and third. What is Reverse 2K Day and Miro doing now to try and jump up and hold on to their back-to-back FNCS championship?
Here's another team, though. We see Acorn, Slacks, and Jack down low. We saw a little glimpse of Bucky still in this game. Kanata and Macwood there to back him up. Slacks is going to go in and find Crumble now as well, so that is big for them. These points, they're chipping away. They're closing the gap. Remember, it was only 20 points, and now with the placement points really starting to be diced out here, this is the comeback story from the trios that we want to see. Click still alive here. Top 10, what are you going to do to go out and put up some numbers? He's only got a blue tactical shotgun. This is going to be tough for him.
If anyone can do this, it is the big Clicks right now. He's working his way through the tops. They're all metal, so he is blind right now. He can't see where he's going. He doesn't know what's ahead of him. He just keeps finding metal after metal, but he finds a safe spot, the blue tactical shotgun. It would be miraculous to get a victory out of this 3 in a row, but what can he do? Every single team that goes down is one more point he so sorely needs for his team in fourth. I can only imagine the amount of eyes that Clicks has on him right now as he tries to close this one out. DJN goes down the feed. Bucky's on the low ground. Kanata's on the low ground. We're going to harpoon the mats off Macwood. I don't know if we have any full health trios still in this right now, as Clicks is still going. He has just gotten 2 extra placement points since we last watched him, but surely he can only hide for so long. He's going to have to find a team soon. The zone goes out. He's got no builds, and his movement right now is perfect, Monster. He is just hiding from everyone.
Jack is going to fall there too to Frist, and Frist is up top now. He's going to make the edit onto Clicks. What is Clicks going to do? He's on the run right now. He's been spotted out. Great shot, though. Fires back, walks into the zone. He needs the siphon. One more tick, and it's not going to be enough. Down goes Riversound. Down goes Clicks. But now we come to the low ground here of Bucky and Kanata still in the fight here. Remember, they were in the top 5 as well. They can overcome, overtake, make the last game interesting, and they're still doing it. They're going to find one. Can they find 2? It's looking like it. And Bucky is on fire before he gets taken out. The follow-up from Kanata was good, though. And now 3 teams remain here.
Acorn goes down. Is Slacks and Jack still in this right now? No, they are not. We have
so
Dom
low.
and Dusky on the high ground. We have Kanata on the low ground. This team right now, Bucky, Kanata, Macwood are in 5th place. They're squaring off with 20th place right now. So we know who this means more for. Dom has the heal off. Unless he's messed up this med kit, you have to imagine that he is going to win this game. It doesn't even come down to the splashes. Dusky goes down and takes measures into his own hands. Takes out Kanata. But Monster, I didn't see Daymir in reverse in that one. I only saw Slacks, Jack, and Acorn, and we had eyes on Clicks. Were they able to jump up with Censored, Edgy, and Commandment in first place, going down before any placement?
That's just it, exactly. Reverse 2K, Miro and Day were not there. Slacks, Acorn, and Jack will rise up. Clicks will definitely rise up a 7th place finish. But Macwood, Bucky, and Kanata, them two. We know what top 3s can bring to the table here. They just did that.
That's 25 points right now. I don't know how many eliminations they had. It could be enough to skyrocket them up.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, we're setting up the stage here. We got this last game in front of us coming here shortly. Before we get there, though, boys at the desk, tell me what you got, guys. This is crazy.
Absolutely. It is insane here coming into this final game of NA East. I gotta give props to Dusky's trio for finding the victory out. I'm so happy to see them. They had the heals. They had it all lined up. They had the insurance on the high ground. But, Reese, we're getting ready to head into this last game, okay? And we'll take a look at the standings in just a second, okay? First, you guys have set this up for us. You guys have a few things that you want to talk about before we jump into this last game. So I'm going to kick it over to you. Walk us through it.
Okay, we're going into the final game of NA East. Right now, the top 3 still have all to play for when it comes to that first place slot. Before we check the leaderboard,
No way they're just bumming about these things, bro. No way. What the? Hold on. Oh my god, bro. Not this again. Hero gear. Ooh, this pickaxe fire. Yeet. Oh, what the? I have the top some V-Bucks and gift. Let me show this man once. Yeah, what do you want?
What?
I'm asking what do you want, cause Joshua kept inviting me.
Yeah. You did?
Yeah.
I'll switch to the play, I guess.
What y'all playing?
I'm playing Trails right now.
Well, I guess invite me when y'all done.
Right.
Let's see what this kid wants. What the? What is this? Well, it just says offline. This kid hasn't been on in 12 weeks. Dang. That's tough. No way. I knew you would buy it. I knew it was gonna be the first person to buy it. Just put it in the item shop and you gonna buy it. Is that even in item shop? Yeah, it is. Yep. He just bought it. Yo.
Hello?
Hello?
Did you buy it?
Oh, buy what?
The thing.
No, this not. Why would I buy a superhero thing?
I thought you were gonna get it with me.
No, I haven't got my V-Bucks yet.
You think this one will fire?
Yeah, that's not fire. Yo, turn your mic down, bro. Turn your mic down.
Alright. Good?
Yeah. My friend said he was gonna gift me.
He gonna gift you this?
Yeah.
What if he tricked your mom?
No, he's not. I know him in real life.
Real Leo?
What?
You talking about Leo?
No. So I said my friend. Like, I know him in real life, bro.
Boy! What? Hey, unknown.
What?
I think they're in the room or in the hallway. I'm gonna invite you to my cousin's party, okay?
I guess.
I bet. He gonna invite me. I bet you like my skin, boy. I'ma join you, boy.
Just invited my sweaty friend.
Turn your mic down. Turn your mic, I'm muting you. Cause I know you in real life.
I did. Yeah, I muted
you. I can hear you in real life.
Y'all mics are echoing.
Yeah, I can hear him in real life.
Hold on, bro. I'll be right back. Everybody's inviting me at the same time.
Yo, why Joshua left?
What?
Joshua left, I don't know why.
I don't know either.
Trying to run something?
I think he just, let me see. He just got off. Alright, little, join me, okay? I'm gonna invite you. Let me see what this dude's name is at. Oh, what the freak?
Damn, nothing alone, man. Yeah. Why would you mute me? I muted you because your mic was so high.
It's down.
Oh my god, your mic is loud. Nah, I muted him.
Where we going? Oh.
Alright, jump.
Oh
jump.
My god, that junk is loud. Yo, tell your friend, tell your cousin to turn his mic off. His mic is loud.
Alright, you already muted him, so.
Oh my god, what the frick is wrong with him?
I'm going to that big house. I swear, I told him to turn his mic down, but he didn't listen. No, you didn't. You did not listen.
Get home.
He in my room right now. He level 13. How old you is? That boy level 9. Now he level 13. He played this like before. Well, somebody invited me. Somebody named Keon Wilson just somebody.
I found treasure chest.
You put up. He just said he found treasure chest. Say chest.
Chest.
Alright, there you go. Tell me who you spectating, bro. Okay?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I'm not spectating nobody.
Oh, come in. Spectate.
It says Team Rumble.
It does?
Yep. Yep, it says we wait until you already up.
He knows how to drop a card good. Because he can have this card game.
Who, me?
Who else I'm talking to, boy? I'm talking about you. I'm gonna lead you to a dub, okay? Okay, I'm gonna give you your first win.
Who, me?
Who else I'm talking to?
I couldn't hear you. What you
I'm gonna get you to your first win. Hey, Unknown.
What?
I'm gonna get my cousin his first win. He just be playing matches and dying. He never won before.
Mhm.
I can show you a picture.
A picture? Why do I need to see a picture? That ain't no video. You might have took a picture of a video of somebody else that's a default, wouldn't it? Oh my goodness, look at these bots. That bot had me solo.
I got an AK. Oh, no, I found gold.
Come here, bro. Who you?
Who?
Oh, you here. Come here.
Why are you going out?
I'm coming right here. Get that. Drink it. Get this sniper. I know.
What?
Okay, hey, I'm gonna give you some ammo. You talk to me, brother, because it's boring. Look, I need it, my cousin. Yeah. Don't say now, but like, gave you half of my ammo, boy. Move! Move!
Oh, jump! Dang it! Yeah, you want to drive in this truck?
Not right now. What the heck? Look at that! Look at that! Yes, sir. You see it?
Yeah, I hope you got prepared. Oh, I found the treasure.
What?
Computer right? Yeah, that's what I'm
Here, boy. Here. Here.
What?
Here.
I already got some. Look.
Use this. Come use them. Yes, use that. Alright, here. Use this. Use that. Pick it up. Now use it. Look at my face, look at my face. Look at my face. Alright, let me see your screen. Who just shot at us? Who just shot at us? Hey, unknown.
What?
You're cracked at Fortnite, no cap. I ain't mean to be mean to you, bro. Alright?
Yeah.
Come get your gun, boy.
Hey man, that's mine. Give me that.
Think I know that?
Give me
I gave it to you in my ear.
It's not that.
That's your gun, bro. I ain't take. That's your gun.
Alright, I'm full. Man, forget that. Where are you?
We in high, man. My food come on.
What are you shooting? You just waste ammo, bro.
But last time I went out here, I saw. Oh. I'm gonna get the car. I'm tired of walking.
Let me drive. Get out. Get out.
Get in that truck. I'm out.
Oh, you out, huh? Go ahead and get out.
Man, I'm driving.
Bye then.
Come on, man. Wait.
Nah, bro, you didn't want to get in my car, so nah. But you did not want to get in my car. Get in. Get in. Get in the car. Okay, bye.
Alright, bye. Is this a Lamborghini?
Yes. Alright. People right there, shoot at him. Get out the car. Shoot at him. Come on, Billy. Yes, sir, jump at him. Down here.
Hey, man, look behind you.
I'm better player.
Bro, I just killed somebody.
You don't do no damage to them.
Oh, yeah, thank you for the top. I ain't get no damage over.
You didn't shoot nobody. He hit nobody.
Why are you walking? I'm
Easy clap.
Oh. Oh. Oh, Jump, we only got to look in and then
This game's too easy.
Did you have to be a girl on there?
It could be a boy skin. The girl skin's more sweaty, like they're more better.
Yeah, the dog is more better.
What happened?
This dude is on a girl.
Oh, Storm.
Yo, go out there, bro, with that game cuff and get off.
We almost won. We winning right now. I'm carrying this kid so bad.
Yeah, but y'all better hurry up. I'm about to get off the
Guess
game.
what? Oh, guess what? Guess what? He's shooting at people, right? Look. He's shooting at people. We missed all his shots.
I'll be right back.
I don't like looking at
Stop the cap. Look at the people right there. You see them, right?
No.
He did.
He killed him.
Get on you, shoot him. Shoot him! How much you hit him for? His first kill! Yes, sir. Hey, hello?
You said first kill.
His first kill.
Hey, don't steal my gun right
I know, hello?
Bro, if y'all want to play with me, y'all better leave that match, cause
I
or
bet.
y'all better
He got
push
his
everybody.
he got his first kill.
Or if y'all wanna play with me, y'all better help and push everybody, cause I might have to go to bed in a minute.
That's what we doing.
No, I'm not go to bed, cause I gotta go somewhere in the morning. I don't gotta go to bed until another hour, but I gotta go somewhere.
Help me. Help me, kid. I'm dying.
No, you're not.
Look.
How you die?
Because somebody tried to kill me. Come on. Come on, now.
Man, why you wait over there?
Bro, I'm over there. Should have been following me. Hurry.
Nah, I ain't helping you. How about that?
Please.
You don't remember him?
That jump down there too.
Move.
Please, help me.
You dead, boy.
No, I'm not.
Now you is.
I'm not.
I'm gonna get this dub for you. This W.
Should have been following
should have been following me, boy.
I had them posted.
No, you wasn't. You was not following me.
But if you got no still alive,
I'm not gonna die.
Guess you wanted that to do the same thing.
Get your pull up.
I'm gonna die, right? So if it said victory, you owe me $1.
Why you keep on doing that?
It's addicting. This kid over there saying I'm about to lose, so I gotta do that. And I gotta use the bathroom after this. I'm pushing everybody. Get out of that. Alright. You want to
Yeah. Let me get my stuff. I'm right there, yeah. Yeah, I'm finna go drop out.
I'm pushing everybody, bro.
Yeah, come on.
That's the last few.
Get over here, jinxing. Excuse me, man. Hold on, let me get the kid his last kid. Go. Oh my.
I need to go do something too.
Watch out, don't go past me. He hacking, go! Go!
Alright, one more thing. Yes, let 1v1. 1v1.
How we won?
I won?
Might 1v1.
Yo.
1v1. You gonna jump? No,
You already?
bro.
Yo, come back. Yo. Ace.
Dude, what you doing? Dude, I'm coming back. We won.
Yeah, tell your cousin to come back. Hurry up.
Yeah, he already back. Come back.
Alright, ready up.
Alright, I gotta go on his account. Oh, you gotta make him public. His first win. His first win. I'm part of me. I don't want to be in there with no more.
1v1 me.
What did your cousin just say?
He said 1v1 me, but I'm a bot. He calling me a bot.
Nah, I want to 1v1 him.
Hey, you a chicken.
I'm not a chicken, boy. Ready
Yo,
up.
oh my god.
Right, ready up, y'all. Ready up. We about to ready. We're gonna make a part of this.
Why am I on level 14?
What happened?
It says I'm on level 14.
Oh, that's a glitch. It's a glitch, bro.
On my screen, it says you're on level 100.
Yeah, I'm level 131. Oh my god. Let me ready up. I got me a million.
I did it in Millie. I did it in Millie. Drop the bass, lay the bass, get below the radio to speed it up.
I'm gonna feed on.
Hit him in the spot. Knock the dreads out.
Come on, man. Bro,
I ain't have enough time. You gotta do. I won that for you. You owe me $1. Hey, I know.
I lost. So
I won.
I ain't give you jack. After this round, if I lose this round, I gotta give you $1.
Hold on, I'm doing this real quick.
Hey, back off my friend. You. Bobby.
Alright, I'm back.
You look like
You hello?
Yeah.
Alright.
You like my combo? Hey, where you going to blow? I thought you never had it. Stop shooting at him, dude. Yeah, wait. Different for I got in the first one. Get the dog one. You gotta be violent. Man, get up my seat! You the dog water kid. Alright, we
We'll let me talk to you.
Caddy, go down, just go down Walmart. Yeah, right there. You know, Anthony, yeah. Anthony, she wanna watch you play. Hey, I'm gonna run it up here. If my cousin die here, dog water, okay?
Yep, I see.
You can tell.
Yo, I'm about to get a legendary attack. Where's Cat?
We about to carry him. We about to carry him real quick. Hey, bro. We about to carry him real quick, bro.
Oh, God.
Hey, he party leader. Come on now.
Blue charge, let's go.
So easy. He about to get carried. You about to get carried. Alright, you say whatever, but when you die, we ain't revive me. Don't revive me when we die. Cause he gonna feel the pain when we die. You said, oh, we dog water and all that? We dog water, but how'd you die? That's what I got.
Why y'all shooting at him? You're so stupid. Why would you shoot at him? You're stupid.
Why'd you shoot at him? Now let him die, let him die. Don't heal him.
Bro.
Don't heal him, don't heal him.
You dead. You dead now. I'm not shooting him. You're so stupid.
Nah, Jermaine, don't run now. Now let him die. Let him die.
He gonna kill you today. You should have shot him.
Go shoot at him, Jermaine. You about to go?
Hey, my pretty nana.
Go, come on. You gotta go kill him.
Why the nigga shooting at me? He's aimbotting me. I'm 3 health.
Dude shot at me.
Bro, why would you shoot him in the first place? Your cousin's stupid.
I'm mute your mic. I'm mute him. See what he's saying.
What?
I can hear him in the background. I can hear him in the background. Bro, you sped. That's all I gotta say. You sped.
You kill him?
Who, me?
I got. Like my combo, bro. Like my pickaxe.
Wait, did y'all kill him?
Yes, cause your big head shot at him.
Hold up, come here, Jit. Who got him big head, first of all?
You, first of all.
Take off that hat and I just want to see how ugly your hair is. What's up, Jit?
Talk to me when you get a purple charge.
What?
Talk to him when you get a purple charge. You don't know what a purple charge is, so you're dog water.
That's why I get no heals. Come here. Come here,
But
Ace.
I just need to...
I bet.
You gonna die today. You gonna die today. You gonna die today.
You said you gonna die today.
Nah, I'm gonna die today.
Cause you got him low, bro. Like, you got your own teammate low.
But I just wanted to see what happened.
I need to teach him how to play Fortnite, but he don't know. He don't want to learn.
I already know how to play Fortnite, Jit.
You do not want to learn, boy. You don't want to learn.
Alright.
Yo, Ace here. Let's dip on him. Ace, let's dip on him.
I want to wear red and white. The mix with the GG thing. Yeah, I'm gonna wear red and white after this match.
Alright, bet.
Okay?
Man, I'm gonna go to the
I like this curly hair one. My friend the Game Go got it. No, wait until you get back home.
Ooh, big pot.
Oh, I was gonna get it. You can have it, bro. Just use it.
Blue yard.
It's called 9, 3, 2, 1. 4.
Man, I'm gonna drive a truck there. This ain't no boot.
Yo, I'm about to upgrade this to a star because I got a lot of gold. So.
Yes, bro. Here, you want this? Come here. This you my friend. Here. Come here, bro. I got you something. Turn around. Ready? Are you ready? You like this? Oh,
no, I'm just upgrading my own to a scar. I got a lot of gold, so I'm good.
Alright, bet. I might get a purple tag.
Alright, I already got a purple shotgun.
My cousin said, why do I do this? Look. My cousin said, oh! I didn't know Nintendo players have aimbot like that. I didn't do that.
Man, hold on, man. They stealing.
I'm gonna go push him, alright?
Alright, hold on. Give me one. So I can come behind you.
Here.
I'm pushing these niggas. These niggas tripping on God. No kisses. Alright, he's gonna get put in a charge. Just watch. Watch and learn.
Duke it on. Let me get my loot. Don't kill it. Don't kill him, bro.
That's your loot. Get him.
Hey, get this band-aid.
What did that do with the boat, bro?
Why that Jit was riding the boat?
His teammate over here. I didn't use the shockwave yet. I'm gonna go please.
Oh, drunk, I hear shooting. Man, how come I don't got one? Alright, I'm ready. I'm fully loaded.
Kill one.
You about to die today.
Who?
Oh God, you.
You know him, that's my cousin. He about to die today.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
You wish.
Nah, you going to.
You don't dare me to shoot him?
Shoot him. Yeah, shoot
hey,
him.
he gonna call for you only because you shot him.
Shoot him. Kill him, boy. Shoot him. Look
at you.
You scary.
What up?
Oh God, this nigga missing all his shots. See, he not gonna shoot at you. He know exactly where you at too. Look at you. You're dead. You're dying today. You're not getting revived.
He's throwing bombs at the dude, bro.
You're still dying. He's not
that
dead.
Ain't gonna work.
Nah, you dead today.
Yeah.
Nah, exactly.
I'm gonna watch your bot kill him.
Oh God.
Man, I'm gonna help.
Nah, that nigga dead today. He's dead today. He's still coming after you. He coming after you. Oh nah, that nigga on your butt. Yo, Ace, this nigga on.
Alright, I'm ready, bro.
This nigga on the run. This nigga on the run, bro.
Right up.
You know where you at still. Oh, you missed all his shots. No. You did.
I did.
I was just watching.
Yeah, you.
Jit, where you at, Jit? Where you at, Jit?
Yeah, where you at, Jit? Let me invite my friend King Nico.
King Nico, what the hell? Yeah, boy, you thought I couldn't blast him, man?
Cause you ran away, you bot.
Huh?
I said the only reason I survived is you ran away.
Come here, man. You always talking that smack.
Nigga, shut up.
Come here, Jit.
King Nico, fix your mic. Unplug your mic and plug it back in.
Nigga always talking some shit. Like, you don't know what that means.
Unplug your mic and plug it back in.
Bro, what you doing?
Look at you, scared.
Boy, you sound like a robot.
Who?
You? Hey, yo, Ace.
Get me.
Ace. I was editing and your cousin was like, what is that?
What the
heck,
bro?
You deleted the game?
Bro, is he saying something weird?
Bro, give me something, bro.
Yeah, give me. Oh, you're playing.
Give me something, bro. Give me something while I'm in the game. Leave the game?
But that's how he talks.
You want me to leave the game and what? Then what, bro? What? I cannot hear you! Unplug your mic! No, it's not better. No, it's broken. Unplug it. You sound like a robot. You sound like a robot.
But I'm trying to wonder, bro, is that how he talks?
You're still doing that, bro. You gotta fix your mic. Watch your mic. Bro.
No.
Go fix it. Go get another
You
one.
sound like a whole big old
You sound like a
robot.
whole robot, for real, bro. Calm down. Alright. Just wait until we go back to the lobby, bro. Just wait. Your mic, bro.
Hey, man, why you locking me in here?
That's doing that up.
This shit locking me in this.
You wasting your ammo. Break it with your
I don't
pick
care. Man. Bro, I'm tired of you, bro. I'm tired of you. Bro,
Go out,
blow
go.
off
Go
all
ahead,
of
go
us,
out,
man.
go out, go out, go out.
I blow us all up. Stick up.
You wasted.
Stupid. You're not getting revived either. Try to blow me up. Who's going to?
Yeah, please.
Sacrifice, sacrifice,
This shit done threw a
sacrifice,
bomb in
sacrifice.
here, bro.
No, nigga, you threw a bomb.
No.
Yes, sir. Sacrifice, sacrifice,
But I did
sacrifice.
not, Jit.
But you're about to, Jit.
Please, bro, revive me. I'll
Come
do
on, bro. Come on, we
anything.
gotta sacrifice you. Go stone to
You're
the
getting
box.
sacrificed to these niggas.
They killing them.
Y'all both finna die.
Nah, we just too sweaty for them. See, told you, we too sweaty, we killed him. You dead.
Oh, I knocked him, I knocked him, I knocked him, I knocked him. Default friend still alive. Behind you, behind you, behind you, behind you. Behind you. Help me, help me. Alright, heal me, he's alive. This kid is alive. Yes, sir, bro. You're not getting revived anymore. Don't you dare. I'm gonna get your card, though.
Huh?
But I ain't gonna reboot you.
Oh, God.
Go get his card, go get his card. You
Nah, I'm
finna
good.
get your card, but don't cry.
My card?
Your reboot card. Go kill this. Go kill this dude, bro. It's a default.
Bro, please.
He got your card, bro. Stop whining. That's you. That's just like you. That's just like you. That dude is just like you.
On God.
I swear, that might have been your twin, boy.
Bro, can you let me come back?
Hey, you got some rocket ammo?
Nah, you
Can you
good.
let me come back?
You good. You
You
good.
trolled us. You did to him. Come on, let's go.
Don't revive him. Bro, this man's gonna blow me up with grenades. And I kill his, and he killed his own self. Like, come on now.
I know. Them kids were so dog.
Who?
You.
People we just killed. And you. You just let that do what I just said.
Bro, please let me join.
And
Nah,
please.
nigga.
Come back. Put me back in the game, bro.
Why?
Bro, why did you try to sacrifice me?
You gotta give me $1.
Alright.
What's the dollar? Okay then.
When I'm gonna ask my mom for it.
Alright, go ahead. You gonna ask his mom for $1 so he give it to me. Just to get rebooted on the game.
Why would I get $1?
Go.
Hey, you ain't.
Oh. Let me hop in, let me hop in. Good. Hey, we're gonna reboot you. We're gonna reboot you, reboot man.
Psych.
Reboot man.
Psych, you're not getting revived.
We need to go circle for real. Go circle. She said, yeah. No. No. Look at mine. Back one. You about to reboot you, kid. Stop running.
Let's take a fish. Come here.
I'm gonna just reboot him so you would stop whining, bro.
I ain't whining.
You crawling over the game, bro.
Why you revive him?
I don't know. I don't like him.
Bro,
I'm just
I
let him
need
die
a gun.
again. It's just gonna be funny.
Bro, I need a gun. I don't have
No. You don't need no gun.
No, for real, I need a gun.
You don't need no gun? Nah.
Nah, you don't need no gun. You gonna win anyway.
With a pistol?
Yeah, with a pistol.
Yep.
Man, you got to be joking with me. I need those bandages.
Easy, that's
Hey,
a
man, give me one of those guns.
No, he gonna take your gun.
And I need that gas tank.
We got an SMG and gas tank.
Good,
Then
man.
we got
We need a pump.
You got some rocket ammo?
How do you get a rocket?
You.
Shoot.
Okay.
Yeah, I got 8.
Give me some, bro.
Somebody right there.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, I just accidentally took him here.
Oh, that's easy.
Here, I got some rocket ammo. I just dropped some rocket ammo.
You know what rocket ammo is.
Right here.
Thank you for knowing what rocket ammo is.
God dang.
I know.
Play too much.
At least he knows what rocket ammo is.
Oh, God.
I couldn't get up though.
I missed that little place that was right here. I don't know where that jump went.
This kid right there, he's gonna get clipped. Y'all watch this. Y'all ready? Look, I don't need nothing else. I don't need no heals, no nothing. I'm gonna just clip him with this shotgun.
Oh, thank you.
Ace, you watching?
What on me?
Oh!
What happened?
I'm about to clip him.
I'm dead.
Alright.
I got you. Sit down.
My cousin killed him. Thank you, Kado. Nah, I ain't no thank you.
Oh, I just got this, but it's out of ammo.
Second kill of the day.
Look, here, you can have this. I don't want this. Hold up, let me get it.
Yeah, you better run.
Have that stop. Protect. Oh!
Who's spamming?
That nigga got aimed by ambulance.
Fuck my winner!
Got you another one on.
Hey, I'm sorry, but you a body of bot.
We got a second win. He looked it up a whole bunch of times, I think. Go back to the lobby, bro.
Oh,
No,
God.
we got that boy his second.
Where do you want me to go?
We got you your second win. Yeah, we got him his second win. He called me a bot.
Wait, where is it? What do you want me to
Go
go?
back.
You know how to go back to the lobby?
Alright, back.
Yo. Ace.
Can you go talk?
Ace.
Talk, can you go? Yeah.
I gotta go, bro.
Alright, bro.
Alright,
Peace.
We still got 2 more minutes. That clocking it wrong. It's 2 minutes early.
No, but that's I don't care if your timer starts different. Go to bed.
Oh, well, he must be tripping.